money move. And more specifically, we transform payment technology for businesses. We do that by revolutionizing payment speed, payment certainty, and payment orchestration, and that's all done through our unified API-based solutions, one of which is called Deliver, where we have a direct-to-Fed money movement solution, and the other is via Verify, our instant bank account verification product.
And what are the pain points or problems that you're trying to solve?
Well, if you zoom out on the payments landscape and think about the way most money movement happens in the US today, it's done via ACH. So about $80 trillion moved via ACH last year, and that is a 50-year-old system.
Yeah.
So while it's great for many things, it's not really contemporary to how we live our lives as businesses and consumers. And so what we do is we focus on transforming that payment technology in a way that allows us to unlock time to money, take advantage of new systems like RTP, FedNow, and incorporate everything into a system that can be fully orchestrated.
Yeah.
So an easy way to think about that is like what Amazon did for package delivery.
Yeah.
All you care about is speed and certainty. You don't care if it was UPS, FedEx, Postal Service. That's what we do across RTP, FedNow, ACH, same-day ACH, and wires to streamline the way money moves.
And let's talk more about FedNow, especially as we have seen this new rail enthusiasm, and their adoption has really been taking its time. So why do you think that is, and how are you addressing this problem?
Well, the adoption of faster payments in general is, I think, a pretty substantial change for the 11,500 financial institutions in the US.
Yes.
Many countries are further along than we are because they don't have as many sort of structured incumbents that have to make big technology changes. And so from an adoption perspective, what we believe is that if you can only access RTP or FedNow via a bank, it's going to be another, dozen years, maybe longer. So what we're endeavoring to do is make access easy, right? You can work with our APIs and get access to faster payments in a sprint or less, or via no code if you don't want to integrate directly to an API.
How would you see this impacting the broader financial sector?
Well, from my perspective, when I think about the magnitude of B2B payments and the opportunity to align payables and receivables so that they happen closer together, to increase the number of days a business could hold on to cash in a way that allows it to bear more interest while still paying its suppliers on schedule. There's so much to optimize within B2B. And I think a lot about the sort of use case, not only to make it go faster, but also to be able to make payments at night, on holidays, on weekends, right? Businesses don't close at 5 o'clock on Friday. Certainly not anymore.
I was going to say.
And so we need a payment system that matches how the world operates.
What would you say, or why would you say rather, interoperability? Why would you say that's the next frontier?
Well, I'd say that because when you think about RTP and FedNow, they don't actually go to the same banks. And so you have to choose one or the other unless you have something like Orem that can interoperate between the two and use the logic to understand what time of day, what size transaction, how much risk, where is it going, what's the transfer rate, and which bank is ultimately receiving the payment so that we can then figure out which payment rail makes sense. And without that, you basically have to go with either path A or path B, and you're limited in terms of coverage. So together we can reach more financial institutions and ultimately more consumers and businesses.
And you're here at Money 2020. Obviously, banking has been at the forefront of so many conversations that we have been seeing here unfold on the ground. But talk to me about how banking partnerships, but also recent pullouts, is really impacting, again, the broader financial landscape.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I would say the regulatory environment is definitely changing. And in a lot of ways, I think that's going to be for the better so that we shore up the different areas of risk that have popped up as banks and fintechs have come together to work on building various products. And so I think, from a regulatory perspective, we've always believed we want to work with regulators, not against them. And it's sort of part and parcel to how we choose our financial partners that we end up working with.
And talking about partnerships, you have recently collaborated with BNY as well as Orem Cafe. So talk to me more about why these partnerships are so significant and the right move for you.
Yeah, so financial partners are so important to us. We are big believers in trying to strategize to help grow the adoption of all things faster payments, and teaming up with BNY and others has allowed us to really be at the forefront of innovation. And working directly with TCH and the Federal Reserve also means we can be pushing not only access to faster payments, but driving innovation. Things like Verify, which was built on top of new payment rails so we can communicate with banks about account status, is a huge unlock in solving a $100 billion problem around failed payments. So there's so many avenues of opportunity and innovation, and we will continue to partner as we build our business.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you.